Well, Happy New Year. I can't believe that 2025 is already in the books. I know that on a micro level, most of us will wake up and it'll be just another day, but on a macro level, I love this week. Between Christmas and New Year's, tends to be slower, and at least for me, invites reflection on what the passing of another year ultimately means. And I'd love to share a helpful practice for me that I think will add value to you. But before I do, let me just say two quick things that I want you to know. The first is this. Our online giving link for tribeschurch.co is officially up and running. Come on, somebody. And if you want to contribute to this brand new church at all, Mel and I would be so grateful. Tribes Church is a verified 501c3. It would count for your end of year charitable giving. And hear me when I say this, it's not about the amount. We don't care if it's $1. We know that God has given us a vision, and because of that, we are trusting that He will provide the provision. For us, it's deeper than $1 amount. It communicates your belief in us, which is invaluable. The second one is this. The most life-changing habit I do every year is to read through the one-year Bible on the YouVersion Bible app. It reduces the question of how I spend my time with God and invites me into the larger story of how God has related to His people throughout all of history. Now, if you feel like you have a good handle of this, of how you spend your time, you can ignore this. But if you look back at 2025 and you don't want to replicate what you did there into your 2026, can I just invite you to take a really simple step? Would you join me in reading the one-year Bible this next year? It's 10 minutes a day or less, and you don't even have to do all of it. You could just do the New Testament portion, or the Psalm a day, or the proverb, which ends up being a sentence a day. The link is copied right below this video. I'd love for you to join me. As for today, I have a really simple thought, and that's to consider to inviting God to give you a word for the year. The whole concept of a word for the year rests upon this truth that we believe that God hasn't just spoken, but that He still speaks to you and to me. And He doesn't just speak in His disappointment of us, all the things we're not doing, but like a good dad, He wants us to take steps forward, not backwards. My word for 2025 was strengthen. Came from Revelation 3, verse 2, when I read it last December. It says, "Wake up, strengthen what remains and is on the point of death, for I have not found your works perfect in the sight of my God." This time last year, Mel and I were trying to discern what God was inviting us into. And all we had was this focus of getting stronger. I think this tops out as one of my least favorite words for the year of all time. I had no clue what God had in store for us. Walking away from a steady paying job with no guarantee of another. Going 2.5 months without any pay. Jumping on Medicaid to cover insurance for our girls. Accepting handouts from friends, family, even strangers because we needed it. Here's my encouragement for you. 2026 probably isn't going to turn out exactly the way you want it to, or like I want it to. And that's okay. As long as we stick close to the path that God is inviting us along. At some points, I've hated the terrain of 2025. I would not want to do this year over again. And yet I do think that it's made me stronger. And I think that God has a gift for you in 2026. And I'd hate for you to miss it. And so I'd love for you for the next 2 minutes, 3 minutes, maybe even 5 minutes to set a timer on your phone and invite God to speak to you right now. And to invite you into what He has in store for you. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for praying. Thank you for believing in us. I love you. Happy New